If you haven't guessed, our topic is glaciers.
Glaciers are ice masses that move slowly across a body of water over time.
Glaciers form when multiple layers of snow compact together to turn into giant masses of ice.
Glaciers are found on nearly every continent, including Africa, though most are found in Antarctica and Greenland.
The force of gravity on an ice mass causes glaciers to move very slowly. Glaciers may move down mountain valleys, across plains, or spread out onto the sea.
Glaciers move forward or backwards, depending on the amount of snow accumulation, evaporation, or melt that occurs.
Glaciers may surge, racing forward several meters per day for weeks or even months.
Hanging glaciers. When bigger glacier systems retreat or thin, sometimes tributaries are left in smaller valleys high above the shrunken central glacier surface. Cirque glaciers. Bowl-like hollows that occupy mountains. Ice aprons. Small, steep glaciers that cling to high mountainsides. Rock glaciers. Found in steep, sided valleys where rocks and soil fall from the valley walls onto the ice. Ice shelves. When ice sheets extend over the sea and float onto the water.
Mountain glaciers flow out of ice fields or mountain ranges. Valley glaciers spill down valleys and look like a giant tongue. Tidewater glaciers are valley glaciers that have numerous icebergs. Piedmont glaciers spread out into bulb-like lobes.
Ice fields are similar to ice caps except that their flow is influenced by the underlying topography. Ice caps are miniature ice sheets covering less than 50,000 square kilometers. Streams are large ribbon-like glaciers set within an ice sheet. They are bordered by ice that is flowing more slowly rather than by rock outcrop or mountain ranges. Ice sheets are enormous continental masses of glacier ice and snow expanding over 50,000 square kilometers.
Glaciers not only transport material as they move, but they also sculpt and carve away the land beneath them.
Cirques are created when glaciers erode the mountainside, scoring into it and creating rounded hollows with steep uphill faces shaped like a tilted bowl. Erased glaciers are jagged, narrow ridges created where the back walls of two glaciers meet, eroding the ridge on both sides. Horned glaciers are created when several cirque glaciers erode around a mountain until all that is left is a steep, pointed peak with sharp ridges.
Material that a glacier picks up or pushes As it moves, forms moraines along the surface and sides on the glacier. Glacier erratics are glaciers that leave behind anything that pick up along the way, and sometimes this includes huge rocks. Drumlines are long, teardrop-shaped sedimentary foundations.
Glaciated valleys are probably the most visible glacial landform. Similar to fjords, they are trough-shaped, often with steep, near-vertical cliffs where entire mountainsides were scored by glacial movement.
Glaciers are tourist attractions. Many of the rivers coursing through China, India, and other parts of the Asian continent are fed largely by snowmelt. Residents of Bolivia rely on glacial melting from a nearby ice cap to provide water during the significant dry spells. In India, an engineer has successfully created several small artificial glaciers to provide more water for crops and drinking during the seasonal dry periods.
Glaciers help generate hydroelectric power. Scientists and engineers tap into glacier resources using electricity that has been generated in part by damming glacier melted water.
At the terminus or snout of a valley glacier, ice fallen from the glacier presents a hazard to hikers below. When ice breaks off over the ocean, an iceberg is formed.
Ice avalanches from glaciers have been recorded in the Swiss Appalachians for centuries, and they still occur despite attempts to prevent them. Without warning, an enormous mass of ice rushes down the slopes and buries anything under. Icebergs have been broken off from ice shelves, and tidewater glaciers pose a great threat to sea lanes worldwide. Because icebergs may threaten shipping routes, they are carefully tracked by satellite and aerial surveys.
If you haven't figured out by now, our topic is glaciers. Scientists analyze trapped air bubbles, which reveal past atmospheric composition, temperature variation, and types of vegetation. Glaciers preserve bits of atmosphere from thousands of years ago in these tiny air bubbles or deeper within the core, trapped within the ice itself. People impact glaciers by causing them to melt. Activities like driving put greenhouse gases in the air, which cause the earth to warm. Cutting down trees or deforestation causes carbon dioxide levels, which is a greenhouse gas, to rise because less trees are taking it in. The more greenhouse gas is put into the air, the more glaciers melt.